Another one.
Another one. Yeah. Classic game time. And we the better team. But we got to play like it today. For sure. So let's go around the room. Coach, how you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, boss, man. I'm excited about this to see a good football game, man. This rivalry brings back a lot of memories for me, man. A lot of memories for a lot of Cowboy fans, but I think I go back to the time that it made me cry, and my dad said, "Man, you got to suck up them tears," because they made me cry and stuff like that. So, hey, and the weather is the right type for the game, boss. Man, they got in Pittsburgh, in Steel City, they got rain going on, thunderstorms, gust of wind. So, just like the Hall of Famers said, the old guys, if you ain't come to be physical, you can't win a Pittsburgh Dallas game. So, hey, this is the type of grind now, type of game I want to see.
Yeah, man. Coach, it's almost like God trying to do everything possible to get Mike McCarthy to run the ball.
Hey, man, he can run it, man, but is the team prepared to do it, man? Because if you ain't do it, it's hard to be prepared. But hey, let's get prepared because it's gonna pay dividends later on. So it's better time to start now in week 4. Don't wait till week 17 to say we're gonna try to start.
Amp, how you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good. Hey, your coach said it, man. It's the football guards are lining up. As you're looking at the intro, as they're panning into the stadium, you see the lightning in the background. Yeah, it's gonna rain. It's gonna be wet. So everything is screaming for them to do the common sense thing. I want our team to tap into the physical team that we were sold this offseason. All of the picks, they said, well, this guy is a physical guy. I kept hearing physical. I heard physical, but now it's time for us to actually see physical. So I need my Cowboys, no matter who's starting, no matter who's hurt, no matter who's healthy, I just need my guys to play good, clean, sound football. Nothing cute, nothing flashy. Just play fundamental football, and you're going home with the dub.
Right. Well, the thing that I'm going to be looking for, man, is making sure.
The lie detector test determined you are telling the truth.
So, I'm going to be looking at you, Mike McCarthy. I'm going to be looking at you. I'm going to be looking at balance. Everything you're saying, you need to be balanced today. Everything you're saying it. Game 1. You rushed 25 times, 32 passing attempts with a big win. Where's the 30 attempts? Game 2, you had 21 rushing attempts and 42 passing attempts in a blowout. So I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna let you make it. Game 3, 16 rushing attempts and 51 passing attempts. You way out of whack now. Even in game 4, 23 rushing attempts and 27 passing attempts. I'm gonna be watching you. Because today's stream is brought to you by BetUS, where you can receive 150% bonus on your first deposit and 125% on your next 2 deposits. Let's go.
Hey, boss, let me ask you a question, man. And this is for you and Amp. I know the telecast. I know they got a weather forecast for the game, so I'm quite sure that the weather forecast did just start that it was going to rain in Pittsburgh tonight, and maybe possibility of bad weather. And if you're going into a game that's going to be a ground out game like that, Dalvin Cook should have been activated, and you sit Deuce. Deuce is not going to help you in this type of weather.
Dang, coach.
I mean, that's just obvious.
Yeah.
Coach done came out the gate busting.
I don't know if your game plan was set to deal with the weather. I get upset when I hear Tony Dungy talk about man, Pittsburgh gonna be physical in their run game, and they got less backs today because Cordell Patterson's not playing. Which thank you God for that. That's a blessing for us.
Boy.
But we didn't bring the big backs. We didn't get. This would have been a perfect game for you to get Dalvin, Ezekiel, and Rico
Big back,
a lot of carries.
Big back.
That was perfect time. One more.
Coach, what you said? We ain't bring the what?
We ain't bring the big bags. We got the little guys.
Big back.
Let's go, man. It's Sunday night, man.
I just don't
Big
understand
back.
that. No.
One more.
But like I said, I don't know if I don't know if you brought the big backs. I don't know if you got the coaching to be able to get them to know when they get in the rhythm and know they need to be carries to get in the rhythm to get a feel for the game. These guys have been playing 4 games. I don't think nobody got over 34 carries. So these guys they ain't got a feel for the game. They did play in preseason. They really didn't run in preseason. Now you in the regular season, you ain't run. I don't even know if our run blocking guys can run block, but I will say today, if you don't run ball against Tyler Guyton against J.J. Watt or T.J. Watt, he got a chance to embarrass a rookie type. Now we might have seen Myles Garrett, but T.J. he will embarrass you if you get one dimensional on him.
I got a question for y'all. This is something I kind of been playing with. Who do y'all think so far in the coaching room has been the biggest letdown this season so far?
Solari.
I'm curious. No. Solari?
Everything they got to deal with the running game. Solari, running back coach for sure. Everything Solari and the running back coach, because they got to be the run coordinators, and there's no creativity in the run game. If we watched the film, we did a film session on just the runs, it would be simple because they ain't ran them with 3 types of run plays the whole year. I don't care what defense it is, that's just what they run. So, because I don't think the guy know how to put a run game together, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's doing something he's not experienced because he's just getting the job. He's got a job, so it's frustrating. But those are 2 I would have: the running backs coach and Solari. I don't think Solari has done a great job either.
Who's yours, Amp?
Honestly and truthfully, for me, I might get in trouble for this one. Not saying he's a bad coach, but for me, it's Mike McCarthy. Because he's been here, okay? He's been here. He's got the experience. He's been around the team for this is now the 5th year. You know the pulse of the team. You've had relatively the same core. You know what it took to make your team tick last year. You know where your team has fallen short over the last several years, right? To me, he's the biggest failure. See, Zim just getting here. Zim is really still trying to get acclimated. And the other coaches you acquired this year, even the run game coordinator, he's still trying to get acclimated. But Mike been here. No excuse. This is year 5. This is year 2 of yours over the offense. You saw them and how they struggled, where they fell short under Kellen Moore. You said, okay, we're going to take a little his that worked, and I'm going to add some extra to it. Inquiring minds want to know, Mike McCarthy, where's the extra, sir?
Yeah.
Because that 30% look like 0% right now. It looks like Kellen Moore minus some. Especially with them damn stop routes. It's pissing me off. Receivers got their backs more to the end zone than the damn defense. I digress.
I will say to this, though. What I want to see going forward in this game, I want to see the matchup early between Pickens and Diggs. Early. So he waited to do that with Neighbors. There's no need to wait. It's only one guy they targeting on passing down. One, Pickens. Just
Pickens, that's it.
and it's not about stopping him. It's about limiting him. So I want to see how we try to put a top on that offense with that. Just do that now. I want to see if also Mozzie is going to repeat. Ooh, I need to see a repeat of what we saw. And then finally, I want to see Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Tolbert. Everybody been talking about Flournoy. To the point, it's disrespectful. I will feel disrespected that everybody talking about the sixth receiver instead of me getting my chance to be the number 2. They talked about the sixth receiver more than you. That means people ain't thinking about you. So I want to see if he can turn that around today. Who would you have on your watch list, Coach, before the kickoff?
The whole offensive line and the whole defensive line, because this is where the game's going to be won, and it's going to give the guys a chance to do whatever they do. But this is game going to be one in the trenches about who can control the line of scrimmage with both of these offense and these defensive line play. So that's where I want to see where we can get better at, and we start focusing on that. I always just want to say something about receiver. The Cowboy Nation is the only nation that talks about a third wide receiver and a fourth wide receiver like they gonna get 75 catches. I mean, hey man, these guys, you play third wide receiver, you get 4 catches in a game and you get a touchdown. That's considered a great game, especially when you got 2 guys that like are great receivers on your team, with your tight end and on your and CD Lamb. There's not going to be a lot of catches for these guys. We just want them to make the catches when they'll come to them. But you're not going to see no Jerry Rice type game. I've had people was talking about Foreigner. He reminds you of what's the guy that came and played for the Cowboys and got a big contract.
Dez.
Undrafted.
Oh,
not Dez.
Al Austin.
Yeah, and I'm like, come on, he's not gonna get that many. Man, he's not gonna get that many turns. He may get a couple of turns, but they're not gonna turn the offense over to him. Even he cooking, they ain't gonna turn the offense over because they still gonna go to their number 1 guy.
And Randall Cobb.
So yeah, so that's not gonna happen. But we want him to. And the other receivers have been, when they got their opportunity, they made catches, and that's why. So let's see if they can make up for the loss of Cooks. But maybe they might get targeted more than Cooks, because Cooks didn't get targeted when he was there. So hopefully, so that's what got me so concerned, boss. We talk about losing Cooks. Hell, we ain't talking Cooks when he was there. So hey, so if we lose him, so what? So I mean, it's we just want to see, is the mentality gonna get right with this team, because we got a gauntlet of a stretch where we can't think about the stretch. We got to think about the night, and the night we're going to be in a tough physical game, because that's what Pittsburgh is. They're going to try to test us, but I think they're probably putting on the weather delay into this. So we may be in for a long night, folks, with this.
That little squad that I saw, Coach, is going to be quick. It's going to be quick. I'm going to say, if I had to guesstimate, because they showed the radar live, it's moving. It's a thin line. Once it passes, that's it. It's not a widespread system. So if I had to guess, I'm going to say about 20 minutes, maybe 20, 30 minutes.
Well, they got to go 30 minutes from the last time they seen the lightning. So whatever they light the flash, you got to still wait 30 minutes from that light flash.
Because I said that when we came on, I said, man, the flickering is in the background. So that's probably when they announced it. So hopefully it's gone.
I know when I played football many moons ago, I know we played in a minute. I think it might have been the lightning might have hit the field house and we still.
That's how we used to do practice.
You know,
it had to touch the field for us to go inside to the gym, and all we would do, Coach say, "Hey, put your gym shoes on." We still haven't practiced.
Well, My high school head coach, he was scared of lightning though. So when he told us to get off the field, he was already off the field already. He ain't played
So
that
let me
lightning,
ask y'all
man.
this.
Hey,
Why does the Cowboys defense look good tonight? It'll be because of what or who?
It would be because they buying into Zimmer and doing what he coaching. That's why it'll be.
Boss is right.
I can
Because
dig
now
that.
they have to be disciplined because they ain't got, when you don't have, sometimes you don't have superstars, it makes everybody tie in a little bit better because now you can't just depend on Micah doing something great or D-Law doing something great. Everybody got to do their job, so you got to depend on each other to do their job, which this can actually help us in the long run
I think
of
so.
bringing some cohesiveness to the team. You know, win or lose, it can help us in the long run because we have a young team and them playing by themselves it's gonna help out a lot. But
Yeah.
man, I told y'all fellas, man, it's about this. You got to just play, man. We can't play it in the media. We can't play it on the billboard. These guys got to learn how to earn the right to be contested.
Good looking. Yeah. And it's something else too, you know, before Zim got here or upon his arrival, you know, everybody started looking at his strategy and his MO as a defensive coordinator. And, you know, one of the things that came out was obviously, you know, the double A mug blitz, that look. But something else that Zim outside of the cover two that I'm not a fan of, neither is Boss. He likes big ends. And by losing D-Law and losing Micah, guess what? He's got bigger ends. So we will see how they do tonight. I think it may help us in the run game, believe it or not. So I'm curious to see how that matchup looks. We do have the benefit of them having lost some guys on their offensive line. Would have loved to see D-Law and Micah go at them, but nonetheless, this is an opportunity for your next guys. I know they say next man up. The talent may not be there as we're accustomed to, but the one thing I have to hang my hat on is the fact of what we saw in the preseason. We saw a disciplined team. We saw guys playing their assignment. So I'm hoping we go back and lean on that tonight, because you're going to have to be, because with Justin Fields, he has the potential to hurt you like other mobile quarterbacks we've already faced this season. So being disciplined, staying home, truly reading your kids is going to be essential tonight, because if not, this team, they don't have a plethora of weapons, but they do have weapons that can hurt you when they hit. So that's the thing, and we got the limit. Coach, to your point, you're gonna love this here. Come on and slam dunk when I'm done. But if we limit the big plays tonight, if we keep the big plays under 4, we win this game.
Hey, Coach, Amp,
Holler at me.
your camera, the lower thirds go cut you off.
I got you. All good. Let's go. Gucci.
One more.
Down again.
Yep. All right. Go ahead, Coach. You shouldn't say something.
Hey, Am, you are so right about big plays. I've been watching football all weekend long. Alabama lost to Vanderbilt because of big plays.
Oh, you talking about Lionel Richie and the Commodores?
That's right. Big plays. Big plays. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Big plays. You're going to lose game if you give up big plays. So, especially on the road, you'll lose game if you give up big plays. And the Cowboys, every game, the 2 games they won, they limit big plays and they won those games. The 2 games that they lost, they gave a big play after big play after big play. So, this is where you have a little fearful about the big plays, because now you're going to have to devise ways to get pressure on the quarterback by blitzing linebackers because your Michael Parsons is not there. So you may get Overshown coming a little bit more. You may get a lot of more outright blitzes coming out to get to the quarterback. So that means we have to really be tight to our man-to-man coverage, and we got to make the tackle. We cannot allow them to get break tackles and get down the field. We cannot allow Justin Fields to get out and get a big play of 40 or 30 yards. Because Boss will tell you this when he talks about if they don't, Pittsburgh don't score often. But if you let them get a big play and they get a field goal on a possession each time, that's hurting you.
Yep.
Because they can't drive down the field on nobody, but they can get one 40-yard play and then get a couple 5-yard plays and be ready to kick a field goal and get a field goal. So we got to limit the big plays. We do that, we'll be good to controlling them a lot. So again, big plays has always been a key to our defense being successful.
Coach, you have your microphone?
Yeah, I'm a little bit off.
Yeah, you got to bring it a little closer to you.
I forgot I had the microphone.
I thought he was low.
Hey, I said, Coach, you got your microphone? Coach said, hold on.
Yeah,
hold on real quick. Wait. I said, Coach, you got your microphone? Coach say, oh, yeah. No, we need that microphone, Coach.
Just like this.
We need that microphone, Coach.
I forgot about that, man.
Hey, oh, there you go.
All right, we got some super chats up in here, man. We got some good super chats up in here. My boy Wee Woo. He said, if Diggs, if he get interception, sound like he was talking about somebody comment from earlier. And Chris 214 said, I predict Aubrey will break the record tonight. Yeah. And see, that's one of them. Now I'm pretty sure you saying that because you thinking it's gonna be a slugfest.
How many
special teams
kicks in the game?
See, that type of knowledge you bet with Bet US. Real talk.
Ooh, good parlay.
No, for real. No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah, that was a double entendre, by the way, y'all. I said good parlay. Y'all will catch that tomorrow.
Kicking certain ways in Pittsburgh is hard, man. It's a hard field goal. Pittsburgh is a hard place to kick field goals. The wind is really crazy in Heinz Field. But I would say something else too, man. We talking about Diggs with interceptions. This is going to be a type of game, Diggs. You better be ready. You better have your big boy pants on because they're going to test you in the run game outside. They coming at you. Coming at you. And if you ain't ready, you might get an interception later on, but they're going to make sure that you're going to come to tackle tonight. And if you coming out to tackle tonight, giving up 5 or 6 big plays on the run game and then get one interception, that ain't good enough for me. Because you giving up more than you get. That one interception for them 20, 30 yards and field goals and touchdowns we got because they got in place because we giving up big plays on the run game. That's how I judge it. I judge the whole film, not just one splash play. So you got to come up and you can stop that early and then they'll go away from it. Just early come out and say, hey, man, I'm going at it. And tell the safety, say, hey, I'm going like wide open, have my back door because I'm going up in there like a kamikaze. Have my back door.
Coach, one more thing
in
terms of your sound. Is there any way you can turn you just up just a little bit? Just a little bit is the way you turn you up. I'm trying to get your sound good. Yep. G said, man, boss go out the gang tackles today. Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh for sure go test your physicality. I have a feeling we beyond that. I'm serious. I have a feeling we're beyond that. If we go back to being soft, we just soft. Right, Coach? Coach, am I tripping?
Yeah, if we go back now, it's no turnaround. We just soft.
You soft. You saw.
Yeah, people have talked about it. Now what people have talked about, we got to show now. We got to get people off of us, and we show it one time, then you'll get people off of you. But if you keep on letting them see it,
that's who you are.
Coming every minute.
We got us another super chat. We got another one from we will. My boy Gary said, "Boss, I think the Cowboys have to get off the fielders on third down. The field conditions may change. That could be a factor.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about the field conditions and how that can change things. So, and also, my boy Black say, boss, do we know Aubrey kicks in the rain? I don't. I have no idea. And I don't know how.
You know what? He's a soccer player and they play in the rain. So maybe he is. I mean, I know it's the other football, but maybe he's accustomed to it.
Coach,
They just like us. The only way they stop a game is if they, if it's lightning.
Coach, can you explain why it's tough to kick in Pittsburgh? Is it swirly winds?
Super.
Yeah, they got and one of the stadiums is open. Yeah, and one of the end of the stadium is open. So that's the one they don't like to go through in the fourth quarter. You'll find Pittsburgh would try to go, if they have the choice, they'll try to go with the close in the fourth quarter because they want to if they have to do a last second field goal, they don't like kicking in the open end of the stadium because they don't miss a lot of kicks going that way.
Yep.
The reason I know about that because we watched a lot of Pittsburgh games because a couple of my best friends are Pittsburgh fans, and I'm always rooting against Pittsburgh. So I understand.
Always. Say it again.
Always. I never root for Pittsburgh. So so it's really tough. And with this wind, they said early in the telecast, this wind is bringing gusts of wind of 25 miles an hour.
Oh,
so that wind may not be out of there. So
you better punch it in tonight, damn it, and go for two.
It's gonna be a run the ball day.
The
Lord is trying to bless you, Mike McCarthy. Receive it.
He maketh me lie down in what?
Green pastures.
Green pastures.
Now, but let me ask you this question, boss. So what if he refused to run the ball and Dak has a horrible game because
the same way y'all just said that we're soft.
Oh, hell no.
Physicality, then that just means, damn it, Mike McCarthy is absolutely, defiantly finesse.
Oh, Coach, we're going to have to go crazy on him,
Well, I do want to say something else. My homeboy Gilly is playing with one of the best defenses in Minnesota, which he has made it better. And then he intercepted the ball today to end the game.
I saw that. Yeah.
And the only thing he won is about $7 million. That's all he wanted. Decent money. Not no $2 million like Jordan Lewis. He just wanted $7 million. That's all. $7-8 million.
Six figures after taxes.
That's right. That's all he wanted. He ain't wanted to be the highest paid. He just wanted $7 to $8 million. That's the going rate of a starting cornerback of his ilk at the end of his career. Not no $5 million, no $2 million, no $3 million. That's embarrassing. He just wanted $7.
I got it. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, man.
That's embarrassing, man. Yeah, that's embarrassing. He wanted $7 million. That's all he wanted.
It's
From what he said on the movie ATL.
Man,
I'm 21 years old. You still getting on the phone? Damn.
They're trying to embarrass you. Oh, man. I see a lot of people in the chat saying it's going to come down to the kick. Boy, this is... Ooh,
y'all better pray.
I'm not liking this, how this field did. I'm not liking it.
But you know what? A lot of games came down to the end of the day in the NFL. No lie. Arizona and San Fran, Green Bay. I mean, not Green Bay. Yeah, Green Bay and the Rams. Who else? Giants and Seahawks. Like a lot of games came down to the end. So, hey, we handle your business early.
Let's talk about.
I'm tired of these nervous games.
Me and Amber talking about the San Francisco game early on the phone, and I was so impressed by the Cardinals. I was so impressed by that game because
stuck with
the Cardinals took blows from San Francisco. Kick being blocked, return, and Purdy having the receiver over 150 yards. But they stopped the run. They didn't let the run get too going, and they hung in there and they grinded out a victory against San Francisco. They played San Francisco game and beat them at their own game. They didn't shy away from the physicality of San Francisco. They didn't run and go in the finesse tone. They ran the ball against San Francisco. They stayed into the game. And you're not going to beat bullies running. So the only way you're gonna beat a bully is you got to stand up to a bully. So if you're gonna have a finesse game against a bully, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna win.
So it's a weather delay.
I'm glad that we got a game like this tonight. I'm glad. This is what we needed. We need a game that is gonna be a drag out, punch out fight.
Yep. Boy.
Hey, I'm finna be back then, y'all. Y'all give me 1 second, man. I got a sweet tooth that just hit me real bad. I'm finna make me a old peanut butter and jelly sandwich real quick. I'll be right back. I don't know why it just hit me.
Boss, let me ask you.
Is it the weed? Huh?
Do you put peanut butter on both sides or just one side?
On one side, man. What y'all doing in Georgia?
Bruh, try it. Try it.
On both sides?
Our women eat sandwiches like that too. That's why they
thick.
That's what Mozzie need. He need peanut butter sandwiches.
Oh, both sides, bro.
On both sides of the bread.
Y'all country ghetto.
Thick.
I'll be right back.
Hey, Am.
You can only eat that kind of
the same
sandwich if you're around somebody that know how to do the ham.
I put the peanut butter on both sides and the jelly in the middle.
See, I'm not the only one. Yeah. Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Yeah.
Man. Look, for a long time I did it the right, just one on one on the other, and then I don't know where I got the idea from. Somebody you suggested it to me, and boy, since then it's been a wrap, man. It done changed my life.
All right, let's do a recap. I want another team I want to say that I've seen, and I hate to say this, but Cowboy fans. Washington is a problem.
They coming.
They are physical. They run the ball. It's not all about their jet. They run the ball. Their defense is flying and hitting people. And Lugo, number 4, the guy that they got, which I told everybody, don't worry about the Lugo, the guy that played for the Panthers last year, middle linebacker. He's a smallish type linebacker, but he is dominating the game.
Yeah.
And Dorrance Armstrong got 4 or 5 sacks already. So,
boy,
I say this. I say when we started about our team was a little soft.
Yeah.
I've talked to some people that's was with Cowboys and now they in Washington. They're pricing like what Seattle was. When Quinn has adopted Pete Carroll's way of preparing the team.
Of course they
didn't prepare their team softly. They prepared their team tough. So, and I'm saying, and it's not no slap at Quinn, but when you're under another coach, you go by what they say how they do. That's how you become a good head coach if you know how to be a good assistant coach.
Gotta follow,
right?
Gotta be able to follow.
And if you don't like it, if you don't like it, you find a way out to get your own job.
Yeah,
that's just and there's no hard feelings about that. Yeah, but Washington is a problem because they're doing it defensively and they're running the ball enough to keep the guy Jalen Daniels. They scored 34 points, and Jalen Daniels only was 14 for 25. So he's not asking to throw the ball too much. You run the ball and you're scoring points. That's the key.
Taking their shots when the opportunity presents itself. That's it.
They're getting big plays and they
simplistic football.
They keep the ball. That's right. So they're going to be a tough. This ain't like the red. This is not. I hate to say Redskins. This is not the Washington that we have known in the past. This is a team right here that got a lot going for them. And I'm not saying that they're better than the Cowboys, but I said we cannot take it. There's a reason why they're 4-1.
Yeah. I mean, they honestly and truthfully, they're playing a different brand of football. To your point, they they know who they are. They do what they do well, and they don't think twice about it. That's the one thing that I've been frustrated with this team so far this year is, okay, last year it took us a little minute to kind of get the kinks out, with Mike, with it being his first year under the helm. Okay, cool. We'll chop it up to that. All right, but this year I have yet to see any type of identity for your offense or your defense. And you know, I said this I think last week at the post-game show. In years past, it's always been, to Boss's point, what he going to get. We've always been peanut butter, no jelly, or jelly, no peanut butter. Good offense, bad defense. Great defense, bad offense. You know, we hadn't really had it all. But it'll be one aspect of the team will shine to hide the blemishes of the other, at least during the regular season. I don't think you have a super advantage to that point this year. You know what I'm saying, Coach? Like, your offense ain't saving the defense, and your defense ain't saving the offense. They both mediocre. And I think we've kind of fallen in that gray area. Your offense is looking for your defense to help, and vice versa. And nobody is really truthfully carrying their own weight.
And you know something? And we fall into the same category of when I was coaching. One of my coaches told me,
freaking weather delay.
You can't pick up where the last year left off.
No.
You know, you can't say, okay, we're gonna start the next year and we're gonna pick up at the same spot that we stopped there last year. Football's not like that, man. So I think we're thinking that we're gonna pick right up into the rhythm we was at the end of last year, and I kind of caution people.
The last time they was on the field last year, they wasn't in no rhythm. They got the dog snot beat out of them.
Our offense is all right.
Yeah, but this what
I know what
I'm
you
talking
mean,
about.
Coach.
What they were trying to do.
I know what you mean.
But know what they try to pick up? I try to tell everybody this offseason, because we started predicting, like, okay, we're going to win 12 games. That's easy. With Dak Prescott quarterback, we're going to win 10, 12 games. That's an easy thing to do. That's not easy, man. You just can't just go out here in this NFL and be like, oh, man, we got 12 victories.
Yeah.
You got to say, what kind of team we going to be this year, and you got to build an identity every year. I think McCarthy knows that, because he has a new slogan every year. So that means you have a different team every year. So you can't just assume that we're going to pick up where we left off at. And this team is still searching for their identity. And I think that's malpractice, coaching malpractice. When you at this particular point, you don't have an identity. You should have been trying to formulate that in training camp. And I think that's laziness. And that's what I have with that's the only thing I have with McCarthy is I just think he's being a little complacent, and I hate to see us get in a hole before he started to try to start pushing buttons, because he just rested on his laurels. Like, well, we got it. We're gonna be able to get out of it. Oh, Dak will get us out of this. But this football is a bad sport that can get you in a hole, and you can be in a hole fast, because we just got to get out that hole, because everybody else playing to try to get better. We got an attitude like we already there, and we not there.
And my boy Calvin say, them slogans be weak as hell.
Yeah.
Carpe omnia.
If you ain't got no. What rooted? He ever talked about rooted?
Well, if his ass don't get it together, he gonna be up damn rooted.
Rooted.
Shit, he gonna be uprooted.
Rooted.
Rooted. What says that?
It's a bad.
I mean, damn. At least be 2024 with it. If you're gonna do that, say 10 toes. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me something current. Rooted. No, roots. No, we stopped doing that a long time ago, Playboy.
What? Boss will tell you this.
We just had a hurricane last week. I done seen about 15 trees get uprooted, like 200-year-old trees uprooted. You only been here 5, dog.
All y'all will agree with this. You can't fake it. You can't be there 5 years and then fake toughness.
Ooh.
You can't fake it. You know, who he is who he is. And the players already seen that. We know that. We don't play with coaches. And once we figure out who they are, they can't come in year 5 and be like, hey, man, come on.
Right.
We know who you are.
You lost them, bro.
Well said.
You lost them.
Yeah, we
God
know who you
damn,
are.
it's
You know what
coming
I'm saying?
down.
So,
What, they done empty the stadium too? Shit.
Bro, it's one of them
Well,
days, bro.
Let me be the first to tell you, boss. It normally happens somewhere mid third quarter to early fourth quarter. But I'm gonna be the first to say no post game show tonight. Y'all come back to Boss Cowboy Sports on tomorrow, where he'll do his slept on it show. Because after this game, that's what we're all doing. We're going to sleep on it. All right.
You ain't got no second win in you today. Oh, you just. I thought you called in today, dog. What you doing?
It's the Lord's Day.
my boy
I ain't
drinking
seen
the
them
beer
people.
in the rain. He said
He
he
said,
got to get
"Damn
his
that,
beer in
Coach.
regardless.
Damn
Yeah,
that."
damn that. They got to get out that little tomato
You
can
paid
gonna fall apart
$13
all
for that,
rain.
Coach. You paid $13 for that beer, man.
That little tomato can they play in Pittsburgh gonna fall apart, and I hope some of my Pittsburgh friends that's on here, because I know y'all talking trash. Y'all talking about y'all gonna tune in to this show, but I always say that little tomato can y'all play in Pittsburgh gonna fall apart with some water. Forget it. So
My boy get right and get left. Say free Big Mike to the nearest buffet table. F him and his lame duck offense. Coaching staff full of lame ducks on 1-year contracts. Ooh.
Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh no. No, 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 no.
Boy, that was cold. Free
Yeah,
him to
yeah,
the
most-
nearest
The
buffet.
game ain't even started. He cussed it out.
well, I understand what he's
Hashtag
saying though.
uprooted.
I understand what he's saying, because most assistant coaches, when they sign 3-year deals. So think about this, and I want y'all to think about this. When he talking about guys in the lame duck status, where you got all these defense coaches sign a 1-year deal at the lowest rate in the NFL, not just a 1-year deal, at the lowest rate in the NFL. And you didn't have another job that you could take for a 3-year deal. If you got a little less money, it would still have been a 3-year deal.
Coach, you know why they ain't went nowhere? Because
Why?
they're rooted.
They desperate.
So let me ask
Man, the game need to start. Damn, man. Rain, stop.
We've been talking about the defense, and we've been talking about Mike McCarthy. You know, the weather and the football gods kind of forcing his hand somewhat. But Coach, boss, this offense turns around this week. Why? Or does it?
I can tell you why. I go first. This offense turns around, and the why is because two good friends that have been friends since they got into the NFL sat down in their room or their house and talked about this thing and said, damn that, and we're going to do it together. And that's Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. And I'm not going to let you phase my ball. Not saying we ain't going to give Rico the ball, but Rico and Zeke are going to get back in this game plan, and Dak is going to know that he needs these guys, and he's going to take a little bit off of him to give to them, so in the long run, it's going to make them successful. But now he's got the money, he's got the mantra, he has to come up and say that, and he has to be the one to come. And I hope his friend put it in his ear to say, hey, we're not trying to take your glory. We're trying to help you.
I love it, Coach.
I don't know why. I would have to only piggyback on what Coach said. I don't know what turned it around. And the reason being is because I believe that our voice matter. And the voices that's speaking about the run game is so crazy. They so off. It's so clickbait. it's so rage content right now. It's hard to get your arms around real answers right now because everybody blaming. It's not real solutions right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know what turn it around, man. The only thing I could maybe is that a game like this will force us to run the ball, where we look better than what he thought, and it create the conversation of running the ball, and then we might start running the ball. That's the only thing I can think of, is that a game like this ugly conditions, injuries, everything is saying you gotta protect your defense by running the ball. I just pray that it work out like it did with Cooper Rush, where it works out so well that you just got to keep doing it.
Recap. So I was trying to pull up some info, and I was thinking back to I think it was it. Y'all help me remember. Was it Cowboys Jets last year, and we went up to MetLife and we played in the rain? And if I remember, that was a 40 burger game. I think that was a 40 burger game. I'm pretty sure it was raining that game, but nonetheless, your offense was superb. Your defense got a couple of turnovers, and that, helped create that cushion and whatnot. But
you're right.
I think we can make it happen. And I honestly, and this is me being all out truthful, in his head right now, Mike McCarthy is saying, damn that, we still going to pass the ball. And the reason why he is still going to pass the ball tonight is because deep down in his heart, he does not believe in his run game. Somewhere there's a broken link in the chain. I don't know if it's the actual blocking strategy. I don't know if it's the backs, or I don't know if it's just not doing it enough to where, it becomes second nature. Could be a combination of all three. But deep down inside, I think he does not trust his run game. When things get shaky, when it's a play to be called, even in short yardage situations, we often refer to the pass. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what Mike McCarthy trusts. Unfortunately, to this point in the season, that's not a strong suit yet. And with your wide receiver core decimated right now, it's definitely not going to be a strong point.
Off to a good start.
When DeMarcus Lawrence went down last year, you kind of accelerated the plans you had for Micah Parsons out of necessity a little bit. I know you stretched the running game all offseason, but when Dak went out, is this kind of a point just to say, hey, we've been working on this, but we've got to get this going right now in the run game with Dak out?
Well, I mean, we talked about this at training camp. You guys are at training camp, so we need to run the ball better, and more importantly, we need to get more attempts.
See, that part, we got to hold him accountable to his own words. He said, we got to run the ball better. More importantly, we need the attempts. So, Amp, he actually said opposite of what you said. So he basically said, even while not believing in it, you still got to stay with it. That's what his own words said. I'm gonna play it again. Listen.
Run the ball better, and more importantly, we need to get more attempts.
He said we got to run the ball better, and more importantly, so he said more important than even having success at the run game is sticking with it. Yeah, that's what he said.
But still, we still got 30 minutes. God damn.
Hold on, y'all. Let me play more of this clip, and we gonna talk about.
I guess it's the pregame show.
And and I think with the training camp structure, you only have so many opportunities with the padded practices. So I mean, it's just we need to stay committed to it. I think we've definitely done that the last 2 weeks. I thought Kellen called an excellent game last night, and Tony and Zeke are feature players for us. So I don't see us changing.
And we changed.
So I got a theory, y'all. Go ahead, Coach.
Let me address this. And this is seriously from the bottom of my heart. the most dangerous thing is when you have a coach that is he's a liar.
All this pain you said I'd never feel your life.
Right on time.
If we hearing that here, this is why this team don't have no identity. Because you're not giving them identity because you full of it. You're telling people that you're concerned about the run game, but you really don't want to run it. This is the exact same thing I said when I heard Kellen Moore speak when he got up there and he kept trying to fumble about when they talk about running the ball. He like, yeah, we want to run the ball. Yeah, you know, yeah, we can stick there. I know I want to do. We're hearing the exact same thing from McCarthy now when he's fumbling around about. We heard it then. We hearing it now. This is a bad. That's a bad thing to have when you don't have no identity because we got a person that's trying to fool us because we're talking about just like what Boston said about clickbait. Because we're talking about the run game, then you'll say, yeah, I want to run the ball. Just because we're talking about it. But that ain't what you really want to do because in 2022, you ran the ball. In 2023, when you was the offensive coordinator, you ran the ball less attempts than we ran in 2021 and 2022 with Kellen Moore.
The lie detector test determined you are telling the truth.
And you're on pace of this year to run the ball less than you ran in 2023. So all that stuff you said was a lie. And that's why I know we talking about, you know, we could talk about the Joneses and all that.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
You ain't got to lie, Craig.
Craig, you ain't got to lie, Craig.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
So this is what I'm saying. This is what Ampner said about attempts. I put in Twitter many times where he said every year, all year long last year, they kept talking about attempts at the plate. You spread that to everybody, attempts at the plate.
He
now
did.
He's saying that same stuff again.
Yep.
Attempts at the plate. Even the lineman was saying attempts at the plate.
Yep.
Jack Martin was saying attempts at the plate.
Yep.
Tony Pollard was saying attempts at the plate.
Yep.
Everybody was talking attempts at the plate.
It did.
Now you ain't
saying the same thing.
You ain't getting no attempts at the plate.
Ain't no attempts, no more at the plate. Ain't no more attempts at the plate.
And take this out,
Man, Mike McCarthy
if you're a player.
Hold on real quick. See, Coach, man. These sound effects is perfect for Coach.
All this pain you said I'd never feel your life.
You lied to me.
And, you know, but think about this, fellas, and I want y'all to think about this from the player aspect, right? What if you're a running back sitting in that room and knowing that you can run the football?
You hot.
Knowing that you can run the ball.
You hotter than fish grease right now.
I know I ain't dead yet. But we not running the ball. We not even getting no attempts. And the attempts we get is basically some BS attempts, not no real run plays like that at the end of the game last week when we just got in a tight off line of scrimmage and just ran the ball up the middle and Zeke get tackled for a 2-yard loss. Then everybody on the outside saying, oh man, you need to get some more running backs. Your running backs is horrible. And you sitting in that room like, we ain't getting a chance. And you killing our career, we ain't getting a chance. So what you gonna start hearing? They gonna start talking.
Yeah, they pissed.
They gonna keep taking that criticism.
They pissed.
Yeah.
The running back room is pissed. And ain't nobody talking about it, Coach. The running back room is pissed.
And what Dalvin Cook said today. Dalvin Cook said he just sitting. You mean to tell me, and see, I know this is where we get a lot of when they talk about the Joneses and all this. I can guarantee you everything in my entirety. The reason Dalvin Cook is not active ain't got nothing to do with Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. This is all Mike McCarthy. And we find that it's all Mike McCarthy, that means there was no difference between Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy. I said it, and y'all heard me say this on every show. He didn't get rid of McCarthy, get rid of Kellen because he disagreed with Kellen. He got rid of him because he just wanted to call the plays.
Wow. It looked that way.
Right, Coach.
But Coach, I do think that Cook has something to do with Stephen Jones and Jerry. It just matched too much of their history. of free agents, you know, of how they treat the free agents. But I see what you coming from because it's easy to look at Mike too with his past happiness. It's just you know, and say, is it you?
It's been who
Is
he
it
was.
you? Is it
He been
you?
that way. He been that way, dog. Like before
Man,
Dallas, he
but
been that way.
you have to run the ball right now. The weather's bad. Your defense injured. It's like God is giving you every chance possible to give us 30 attempts.
Let me ask y'all and the chat. Put your answers in the chat. I want to see this. You got one or two answers. Who's more stubborn? Kellen Moore or Mike McCarthy? Put it in the chat, please. Inquiring minds.
Kellen Moore. I'm going with Kellen all day long. Easily.
Is it Pookie or is it Big Mike? Y'all tell me. Super chat from Star Boss.
I don't know how long it's
Super
gonna
chat from
last. I don't know how long it's gonna last. But I know we you know, I know a lot of people they like Mike, but this is not uncommon about what happened in Green Bay. So
hey, Coach Fowler in the building.
Shout out to Coach Fowler, man.
I know you feeling good right now, Coach Fowler. I know you feeling good right now.
My main man,
Coach Fowler.
Later on, Coach Fowler.
Yeah, he in here laughing.
Yeah.
What's up, Coach? Always good to hear from you, Coach. Oh man, y'all super chats coming in. Let me start with Stars. She said, "Boss Jeff Blasco is Scott McCurley's."
Oh God!
Facts.
But this, I want to tell Scott this here. How many? Listen, man. How many? We watch the NFL all over the place.
Damn, that's a lot of rain.
When your head coach have bad hires, you mean to tell me Jerry don't know Scott McCurley? They don't know McCurley? Why are they here? And it's McCarthy.
McCarthy. Yeah. That's on McCarthy, man. That is on McCarthy. When we see these good old boys, we can't protect you, dog. We can't. Listen, I hope you don't think I like him like that, Coach. I hope not. Hell no. Where my button, man?
Oh, hell no.
Man, I don't like you like that, man.
I got you. I
would turn on you in a heartbeat.
You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
Like, really? Are you dumb, dog? Like, bro, you should have stopped doing that goofy stuff at Mike Nolan, bro. Like, for real. Like, your homeboys been putting you in the trash, dog. Fraudulent.
And he stick by the bad ones.
To the bitter end. To his own demise.
Okay, and we can't help you with that.
He a real one.
Yeah, he a real one. Hey, how you a friend like Mike McCarthy? You want you a friend like Mike? He'll die with you. He'll die with you.
But check this out, fellas. We've been talking about for the last couple of years about stopping the run and by running the ball. You tried to hang out with this old boy stuff with the two positions that deal with the run. One on the defense and one on the offense.
Fraudulent.
So you say I'm trying to run the ball better, but you get a guy that ain't got no experience as a run game coordinator, never played running back, and never was an offensive line coach. A full offensive line coach. The Cowboys do this in everything. Listen, they talk about the salary cap. Listen here, they talking about the salary cap. They got a guy that's working the salary cap that used to be a manager at a McDonald's. Remember my man had to talk about that?
Yeah.
Flag on the play. Yeah. Dang,
So you talking about stopping it with the linebackers? You bring a guy in Scott McCurley that has never been a full-time linebackers coach. He never. So the things that we're talking about stopping something, this is the where you. This is what you put the your emphasis on. And right, and when you talking about he don't believe in it. Would you believe in it when you got a guy that you know is not qualified to put it together? Would you believe in that? If he has somebody qualified, he might believe in it. But he know that guy putting a doo-doo game plan together. Why would he want to do something and he just got a job? He like, man, I'm not going to run the ball, man. I know what his game plan is. He don't know. But what's going to happen is he's going to get mutiny on that sideline and somebody's going to, and then he's going to get cussed out on the sideline. That's what's going to happen.
Yep. Just waiting on it.
And then the Cowboys ain't going to like that because that's going to be bad publicity. But somebody need to step up and have some and say, hey, man, I'm tired of this, man.
So,
hold on, we got a super chat. He said, Kelly Moore because Philly fans are already bitching about the offense. I'll be right back, y'all.
that's sad.
So
it's sad. He's been campaigning so hard, and ain't nothing changed. Did you watch, Coach? I know you be tuned into stuff like this. Did you watch the interview with Herm Edwards and Mike Tomlin this week?
Oh, when he talked about I heard about when he talked about that's when he was talking about Mike McCarthy. Or what did he say about himself?
They were talking about just the whole identity of the team and being physical and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, and even he was talking about the organization as a whole. He stated that, when he got here, it was what they showed him. The organization will talk, but they're more prone to show versus tell. And in Dallas, I really wish that was our philosophy. To your point, it's football first. I mean, you look at Pittsburgh, they don't even have. Do they even have cheerleaders? They are one of the most historied franchises in the NFL, but it's kind of Green Bay-ish. It's pure. It's not all of the flash and the glimmer and the shimmer. It is truly about football in Pittsburgh, and they pick people and put people in positions of authority, be it their management, be it their coaching staff, that instills that same blue-collar, gritty, grinded out, physical, nasty football team. But we are the complete opposite in Dallas.
Well, we're the complete opposite now, but when in the 70s we were the same,
right,
because Chuck Noll and Tom Landry was built from the same cloth. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But you got to think about it. And I'm not a Pittsburgh fan, but we got to understand, man. And I know this is remarkable. Pittsburgh their team was around before the Cowboys came. Pittsburgh was around before the 60s, right? Before 1960. Yeah. They only had 3 coaches, Amp, in their whole history.
30 minutes till kickoff, gentlemen.
That's the last light. But
they said 30 minutes?
After the last lightning go, it's 30 minutes before they get back on. So go ahead and change the title. This is officially the pregame show, dog.
Yeah. Anytime they have a lightning strike, they got to wait 30 minutes.
It's going to be a long one.
I got to change the title. You're right. It's a pregame.
At this point, it's pregame. We could chop this up and start another stream.
But like you said, Amp, that's the ability keeps them in, because 3 coaches in the whole history of their franchise. So, and the Cowboys was like that, because we had one coach for 30 some years, and then we started going back and forth here and there. And that stability is good, but I understand we talking about the Joneses and everything. It is good for us to have a scapegoat to talk about the Joneses, but man, Mike McCarthy had every chance to stand up and show some moxie about himself. And I don't believe the Joneses had to convince him in a lot of ways of how their thinking was. I believe he had that mindset already. So a lot of the stuff he agreed with, because when I found out that information, and Boss Mind, I read it. I told him that when I read that article about him saying that they said that he was about his system over players, I said, "Wow, we got hoodwinked and we got run amok."
Bamboozled.
So, and look how he talk about now. As players, as fans, we talking about, let's go out and get this wide receiver. Let's go get this person. And he's not doing the company speech out there. Oh, I like my guys. We got some guys. I'm happy with them. I really believe he thinks that.
Yep.
I think so too. I think we need to get him some weapons.
But no, I'm talking about. But not, I'm just saying that. I'm saying that, yeah, if we got a chance, if we're going to give him some weapons, right? But when he gets up there talking about, well, I like, we're going to see how this guy going to do. I really believe he thinks that the guys he got, that they'll be all right. And I don't think he's saying that because the Joneses are getting him to say that. I believe he think his system is going to outride people.
That's crazy.
So, Lee Zimmer said something about, hey, man, I need some linemen. I haven't heard McCarthy even insinuate, like, yeah, we might need to get somebody in here. Because everything he says, so like, well, we got some guys that got to step up. He even starting to say, I like our guys. And why is he playing that role now? You on a 1 year?
Damn.
Hey, why is he playing that role now? You on a 1 year contract now? You might well say it now. If you don't feel like you need some guys, you might well say it.
Yeah. At least you can say before you left, you were saying that was the problem and not you. Because at the end of the day, guess what? They gonna blame your ass. Period.
He's a company man because he want to be a company man, and because then they ain't treating him right, because they were really treating him right. They would give him an extension. They would
at least a 1 year extension. At least a 1 year.
Man, he ought to feel bad that they treated him bad.
Yep.
And the players ain't gonna have. You think about the players, man. CeeDee Lamb stood up for himself because of his contract. Dak Prescott was about to stand up for himself by getting frustrated about his contract. Well, your head coach ain't standing by himself. He won 12. He's supposed to be the coach for 12 victories in a year for 3 years in a row, and he on lame duck status.
But he's not worried about that because he's rooted, coach.
I bet you Mike Tomlin got a extension before this year started.
Damn sure did.
And he went 12 games last year.
That's the difference of the franchises. They didn't have 3 coaches in the history of the damn team. They don't fire coaches. That's not what they do. They stick it out. See, that's the difference between them and us. A couple of years ago, the rumor was, is this going to be it? Is this going to be Mike Tomlin first losing season? Could he potentially be on his way out of Pittsburgh? That was the talk. And I hated it because I said, after all this man has given this organization, the success he's had, the coaching that you have seen, I mean everything. He is a model coach in my opinion, and personally, he's one of my favorite non-Cowboys coaches. I like his moxie, his attitude, the grit. He's just a grinded out type coach. And in a lot of instances, I know he's not that guy, but I wish the Cowboys would have a coach like that. If the Cowboys had a coach like that, you wouldn't see what happened in Green Bay last year. You wouldn't see what happened to San Fran 2 times. You wouldn't see what happened against the LA Rams a couple of years ago, and they ran all over us. Because he is a type of coach that demands a certain level of excellence and a certain level of play. He set the standard, and damn it, you better meet it. That is the type of coach he is. We don't have that in Dallas, unfortunately, because they don't like coaches.
Hey y'all, I don't want to mess up the Mike McCarthy bitching session. How we gonna win this game?
Well,
how we gonna win this guy today?
Hey, boss, I got a question for you though. Boss, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In your research, in your look at last week, we had a lot of guys play a lot of musical chairs at the other corner out there.
Mm-hmm.
How you think we should work that this week with the other corner position?
I think you need to play the guy who came off the practice squad. He showed that he was worth sticking around. He was good as far as tackling and being a support in the run game, and he got his hands on the ball. As far as I'm concerned, Boss talked about this. Put guys on the field who show that they deserve to be on the field. Put your best playing guys on the field. In basketball, they say go with the hot hand. If the man was playing and he was able to hold that side down by himself, give it to him. Don't give it to him. He's earned it at that point. I mean, because Kalen Carson has been streaky here and there, but the guy that came in last week, even though it's been a small test sample, he's still been consistent. So until he shows you that he's not worthy of being on the field, I think that young man has earned a spot.
Because the other guy got hurt, didn't he? Ain't the guy we picked
Booth,
up in the
Booth got hurt.
trade?
Yeah.
He got hurt? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And I forgot that
I think
it was hard
Carson
to pronounce
is
his
back.
name. Who are we talking
Carson
about?
is back this week.
Yeah, he's healthy. I don't know if he's back though. Y'all will catch that tomorrow. What's his name?
Well,
Amani Oruwariye.
Coach, I would have Diggs follow. The most important thing I was have Diggs follow everywhere all day.
Yeah.
On every down.
And
you know,
to your point, Coach, this team their offense kind of mirrors us. They have a dual threat quarterback. They don't have a lot of weapons in the receiver room.
Right.
To your point, Boss, earlier.
One main weapon.
It's Pickens in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just like with us. It's Lamb in them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what do teams do to us? They shut down CD and say, hey, beat us with the rest of your guys. We don't give a damn. That's the same model we should take against Pittsburgh tonight.
Yep.
If we do that, you'll limit
careful.
the big plays, because their second guy, too, just like us, is their tight end.
Yeah, be careful of their tight end. Very careful.
Yep. Them two guys,
Very careful of their tight end.
That's their threats, man. Outside of that, it's just you get what you get, you know? So I think the team who honestly and truthfully can squeeze the other team better, and when I say squeeze, you know, I'm talking schematically, to get them uncomfortable, that's the team that wins.
And I like Pickens. I really do like Pickens. I think Pickens had better quarterbacks. We'll be talking about Pickens in a whole nother light.
Yeah.
Pickens is a true dog with a wide receiver. You would think we'll be talking about it. And Johnson hadn't gotten the other receiver, Johnson hadn't gotten a lot of throws from one name, but Johnson can hurt you as well. But like I said, they're going to run the ball, but I think that corner position and the safety position in this game, fellas, is going to be crucial, because if this is a game that's going to be a knockout running the ball, you got to have safeties ready to come play like linebackers. You can't have safeties back there waiting on guys. They got to come, they got to see it, they got to feel it, and they got to come up there and make tackles. They can't be standing back on the half 15, 20 yards off the ball waiting on the running back to get to them. That's not going to help this team. They got to be able to see it, diagnose it, and attack it. So if Hooker, you ain't ready to tackle today, Donald, you ain't got your hidden shoes on right, well, let's bring in Bell and my man, what's the guy number 30? We need to bring them in, because I need guys that's gonna come up and I need guys that's gonna come up and hit the dead from that secondary spot. And safeties, we're gonna be in a situation if it's raining, the wind blowing, you know they're gonna run the ball. It's not all about linebackers. These safeties, listen, they really don't have guys. A running scheme have a guy that's trying to get to the safety. There's nobody dedicated to say they're gonna run straight to the safety. It's usually off a combo block or something to get to the safety. So if you see it and go, you're possibly not gonna be blocked. So that means you got to get there, and you can't miss. Donald, I can't have no more misses when we put you on the blitz tonight, and you get a square hit on the quarterback on a fourth down play, and you miss it. This game might be too tight for you to do that.
Looking like LVE.
Today's stream is brought to you by BetUS. where you'll receive 150% bonus on your first deposit up to 125% on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000. Y'all follow Boss Cowboy Sports and Bet US. How long we got before for kickoff?
What do you want to say? 15 minutes, dog.
15 minutes, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is truly the official pregame.
So, question. Since they just flashed him, it reminds me of a question I had.
I gotta change the vibe.
Ooh, so I think I know the answer, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be unanimous across the panel and in the chat. Switching to their defensive side and switching to their best defender, Mr. Watt. Are we running at him or are we running away from him? I think I know the answer.
We running
and
at him.
How do you negate him?
Yeah, you running at him.
Oh yeah, you got to be physical with him. And when you do run passes, hard play action passes are going to be good on you because it has run action and it's aggressive style pass blocking. When you're not waiting on him, you're attacking him like it's a run, and then you coming out with that play action. That's going to slow him down. I would say they got a 1B player on their team that can make a lot of plays. You got to be very aware of their free safety, Kilpatrick. He can make plays, man.
Yeah.
And hey, if you ain't careful with him, he could turn the game around, and
yeah.
he's going to do it in a subtle manner. But you got to attack. I think that's why when we were talking about our offense, boss, I think when y'all was talking about our offense, about we don't run a lot of play action passes no more. We went bound like last in the league. We're running play action passes. That's good for a young offensive line play action passes because when you do the play action passes, most time it's a play action type run blocking pass protection where you can get on the player fast, and then that kind of slows their pass rush down so Dak will have time. We just do straight drop back passes. We can't do that with Watt today. We got to have play action passes in there with that aggressive blocking to slow him down. We don't want him to keep attacking out, getting a rhythm, attacking out tackles because he knows a pass coming. And he gets in that rhythm, he's hard to stop. And early in the game, fellas, with pass rushers, this is the key. This is the coaching point. With great pass rushers, if you let them get off early in the game, sometimes it's a hard game for the rest of the game. So you don't want them to get off in the first quarter because then they get their confidence and it's like a snowball rolling downhill.
So, who do y'all think that this? And I absolutely agree. I believe you got to run at TJ Watt. Wear him down, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Wear him down. Gas him. Give him them rib shots. And then guess what? That pass rush is going to slow up. And just the same way, and I want, and I said this earlier about the offense, I want us to attack them the same way teams do us. Okay, so y'all got Micah Parsons? Cool, we gonna send somebody at his ass from every different direction the entire game, whether it be a trap, whether it be a crack. However, whether it's a chip from the tight end, you will be in his head all day long. Keep him busy, keep him occupied, because guess what? If he's free, then that means Dak ain't, and that's a problem.
Just want to make sure you good.
I got a question too.
Yes, sir.
Okay, before I'm gonna send you the new thumbnail right now.
All right.
Go ahead, Coach.
Anybody got a list of the inactive so we can see who's active today? So we won't be cheering on a guy, talking about a guy, and he not even active.
Inactive for the Cowboys today is Kalen Carson, so he won't be available.
So
John Stevens Jr. Maybe we might get our wish with this next one. Deuce Vaughn is not active tonight. Trey Lance is not active tonight. Nor is Matt Waletzko.
Wow.
Go back. John Steve is not active.
Not tonight. Neither is Deuce or Kalen Carson.
John Stevens, he had a worse hamstring than we thought it was.
Hamstring.
Had to be.
I don't believe it, Coach.
Because he ain't been.
I heard that in the media this morning. I think that matter of fact, that was the Gruden report that I heard it on.
At the worst hamstrings take, at the worst 2 months.
He probably tore it. He might have tore it.
That sucker might be halfway off the bone.
I don't believe it, man. It's just something about that tight end that just get weird. Just like when Rico had that year-long concussion. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, but did they call up? Did they
I'm
call
not
up
laughing because of the concussion, but that dog said year-long concussion.
His concussion lasted a whole year, bro. For real.
Boy, look, that's why I said when what's his name?
It get weird.
Jordan Phillips. When Jordan Phillips said what he said, I said, "Oh shit!"
You see what I'm saying?
Look, they gonna see some goofy ass injuries.
Yep. It get weird. It get weird, dog.
But did they call up? Did they call up? So did they call up my man?
Dalvin Cook got to be active then.
Is it?
If Deuce is inactive, hold up.
They went with less running backs.
This is weird.
I don't see no Deuce. They would be picturing Dalvin Cook if he was active. They would be showing him if he was active.
All right, y'all.
We're gonna go with less running backs. Dog, we ain't going with the same amount. We're going with less.
Let me look at this depth chart.
Coach. In this game, with everybody knowing the weather was coming, Coach.
God, dog.
In this game, they did that. Coach, you looking right on Mike.
Damn.
Listen, y'all. Coach started looking right on Mike McCarthy, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. He started, hey, you don't go into this game with less run. Oh my God. You go into this game with as many people injured on the defense.
Let me look on Twitter. That's crazy.
Well, he must gonna give Rico and Zeke more carries, and Lipke.
And say y'all, some of y'all, I love y'all, but y'all going way too far with this Hunter Lukey stuff. Y'all go way too far. It's people. I think Hunter Lukey could be RB1. I feel like, oh my God. No. Oh Lord. No. What have we become?
Oh hell no.
Based on what?
Dak Attack just tweeted 17 minutes ago. If Zeke is hurt and Mike McCarthy decided not to activate Dalvin Cook while also simultaneously making Deuce a healthy scratch, leaving just Rico and Hunter in the backfield, this adds all the more fuel to the reasons I don't think Big Mike is the guy for the job or management. Shout out to Dak Attack. Damn. That's egregious there. Damn.
It ain't make no sense.
You leave a injury prone running back and a fullback as your only two. God forbid something happens to Zeke. And didn't they say Zeke's shoulder was bothering him or something?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, he was pointing.
He's already coming in banged up.
Talking about his.
Oh hell no!
He was pointing at his shoulder in the locker room on the pregame when they had pictures in the locker room. He was holding his shoulder. He was holding his shoulder then.
I'm doubling down. Mike
Now,
McCarthy
Coach,
is
wait,
not
wait,
running
wait,
the
wait,
ball
wait,
tonight.
wait. Coach, you still think this is Mike McCarthy?
Well, let me give you, boss. Me and you are good on saying that. Hey, research tells you what it is, right? Well, Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers had a bad relationship the last couple of years. He was there, but when Mike McCarthy left, their new coach came in and ran the ball more, and he won MVPs. But he brought in Jones and Dillon, ran the ball more, and they made the game easier for Aaron Rodgers. Where the game was hard for Aaron Rodgers the last 3 years when he had Mike McCarthy. And we heard Aaron Rodgers say in the game when we played when they said run the damn ball, didn't he?
He said run the effing ball.
So, and listen, he was glad to get somebody that gave him an option when he didn't have to throw the ball but 25 times a game and still win MVPs.
Coach, all right, we finna shut it down. We gonna come back.
How it is.
We gonna come back on. All right, so listen, y'all, man. Coach, your case getting stronger by the day. He's getting stronger by the day. He's getting stronger by the day. Hey, y'all. So we concluding this one. This stream was brought to you by BetUS. This was the pregame. Now, this was the pregame, so I had to make me a thumbnail on the spot.
Made you look.
Made you look. It was the pregame. So we gonna come back for the actual watch party. Y'all come right back because y'all already know Boss Cowboy Sports with Amp and Coach Marv finna bring y'all that thunder. So at BetUS, you'll receive 150% bonus on your first deposit. We had my boy Chris say, I think Aubrey is going to break a record tonight based on the conditions. See, it's that type of thinking that you should actually bet on.
Bet it.
So, anyway, we gonna be right back, man. It's your boy, Boss Cowboy Sports, man. Y'all come back for the real watch party. This was the pregame. Be right back.